What's up, guys? Welcome to my American Horror Story Apocalypse After Show. Today, we returned to the murder house, so let's talk about it. So we kick things off with Madison and Behold. They disguise themselves as a couple so that they can buy the murder house. By the way, having Emma Roberts and Billy Porter be like the lead-ins for this episode was sheer brilliance, because it's like having the two sassiest characters of this season coincide with like the very first season and one of the darkest seasons of American Horror Story. It was just brilliant. I like, before I get into this episode, I enjoyed this episode so damn much. It was written brilliantly. Alright, but back to the recap. So they go inside the house, and it isn't too easy to talk to the ghost inside of it. They have to cast some extra spells just to even see the damn ghost in the first place. And right off the bat, they get to see Ben and Tate, two of my favorite characters from the first season. So they're having a therapy session. It turns out that Tate and Violet, not doing so well. She won't even talk to the guy. Madison actually felt kind of sorry for Tate. We're going to talk about that a little bit later. They're trying to get some answers about Michael Langdon, and Ben refuses to talk to them because he's a little bit busy, even though he's dead for eternity. Turns out he still has to go masturbate and cry in the window. Good to see that things will never change. The next set of murder house characters we see is Billie Dean Howard and the Constance Langdon. That is right, Jessica Lange is back, right where she belongs, and I was in Nirvana. Nirvana, you guys. I love Jessica Lange so much, and she had the best line right when she appeared. I'm Constance Langdon, and this is my fucking house. Bitch, yes it is! This is your home, Jessica. The whole damn show, not just the murder house, the whole damn show. So yeah, Constance is dead too and living in that house, and we'll get into how that happened a little bit later. Obviously, Madison and Behold want some answers, but she refuses to give it to them until they get rid of Moira the maid. Yes, she is back too, which isn't that surprising, seeing as she's back as another character on the show already. So not surprising, but very relieved to see the character back on board as well. They still hate each other's guts, Moira and Constance, and she just wants her gone. And if they get rid of her, she will tell them all she knows about Michael Langdon, her grandson. So initially I was a little bit worried because I'm like, okay, this is Madison. She don't give a fuck about anyone. She's just gonna like do some spell and like get rid of her. But no, what they did is they dug up Moira's body and gave her the bones. Apparently, if you give the ghost their bones, they can leave that house freely. And she does so. She goes to the grave where her mother is, and they have like the most touching reunion ever. Yes, that's right, a character on American Horror Story got a happy ending. Moira got her happy ending. I'm so happy, you guys. So Constance tells us about Michael Langdon's childhood. It turns out that he has murderous tendencies pretty much from the get-go. He starts by ripping out wings from flies, and then he progresses to killing little animals, and then he progresses eventually to killing humans. By the way, Constance is very much alive at this point still. They're both living next door to the murder house at her house, and one day he woke up 10 years older, much to her shock. This was a very supernatural situation, and she even called a priest in to see what was going on, but Michael Langdon killed the priest. At one point, he even tried to kill his grandma, but it was like he was going in and out of his like satanic personality, and it got too much for Constance. She decided to go to the murder house and kill herself. I guess she kind of figured either I can let him kill me or I can take that power away from him by killing myself. And she did. So that was the end of her relationship with Michael. She never wanted to see him again, and she never did. So we had to continue this story with Ben. But of course, Madison and Behold had to promise him to help him stop masturbating in order for him to tell the story. I'm not quite sure if they helped. They didn't really reveal how they helped him or if they helped him at all, but regardless, he told his story. So despite the fact that Michael isn't actually Ben's son, Ben treated him like his son, surprisingly. He had some really good, father-son bonding moments with him, but eventually his evil side came out, and it was too much for Ben to handle. So that was the end of his time with him, so I was like, okay, well, who's gonna continue the story from here? Vivian returns, and honestly, I did not think she was gonna return this season, but she did, and I am very happy about it. So much to my surprise, and I don't know why I'm surprised, because it makes sense, Tate is not Michael Langdon's father. The devil is. Makes sense. he's the Antichrist, but I just kind of figured, like, okay, the reason why the Antichrist was born is because this murderous ghost had sex with a real-life human. Not the case. I mean, they did have sex, but it was not his son. Below the murder house is a gateway to hell, so I guess that's how the devil got all up in her. And this is where we learn how Robo-Mom found Michael Langdon. So they are Satanists, and they saw all the signs that led them to the murder house, the scary crows above the murder house, and the warmth of the house. Turns out the Antichrist is in there, and they make him realize it, and he wakes up to his full Antichrist potential. Not exactly a shocking revelation, but it could have been cool, except like the special effects they used for like the devil shadow behind Michael Langdon, it really looked like a Muppet devil. Like that's all I could see was like a Muppet devil behind him, and it took all the like seriousness of the scene out of it for me. I laughed. So with that, Madison and Behold got their answers. Their new Supreme is quite literally the Antichrist, and they are scared shitless, so they know that they have to go back to Cordelia and tell her what's what. But before they do, Madison has one more thing to do, and that is to track down Violet and get her to see that Tate's not such a bad guy anymore. Something that Vivian revealed when she was talking to Madison and Behold about Michael Langdon was that she tried to kill him once she discovered that he was the Antichrist, and he almost burned her soul alive, but Tate saved her. And so Madison revealed that fact to Violet, and she was like, oh my god, you saved my mom, you're a good person. And they've reunited. That's right, my OG American Horror Story couple are happy and in love again. Thank the Lord. Thank Madison. Can we talk about, by the way, her character growth? It looks like she gained a bit of a soul once the Antichrist brought her back from hell. That's kind of fucked up. But like, bravo! Bravo, Madison. You're a good person. So yeah, that was the episode, and honestly, I loved every fucking second of it. Yes, it was fan service at its finest, but I have been watching since season 1, so I deserve some fan service, damn it. But I'll be honest, I stayed relatively spoiler-free for this one. Yes, I saw the promo, I knew that Jessica Lange was returning, and I had a general idea of who might return for this episode and for this season overall, but there were some surprises. I didn't know that Vivian would return. I don't know why I didn't think she would, but she did, and I was pleasantly surprised. In addition to that, I thought, like, I went into this episode thinking they're gonna get answers about Michael Langdon and head back. I didn't think that we'd get, like, sort of closure for certain things. Seeing Moira get a happy ending was, like, the best part of the episode for me. I did not expect to see Moira get a happy ending and get to leave the murder house and reunite with her mom. Did not see that coming, but was so surprised, and what a good surprise it was. Probably my favorite part of the episode, to be honest. And also, we got to see Tate and Violet have a happy ending. I don't really remember how things were left with them back in season 1 because it's been so long since I've seen it, but knowing that they are blissfully in love again is a good ending for me. It even seemed like Vivian and Ben got a bit of a happy ending too, so I was appreciative of that. So yeah, I was pleasantly surprised by a lot of the things about this episode. It was good for me from start to finish. What did you guys think of this episode? Let me know in the comments below. And if you like this video, give it a big old thumbs up. And you can subscribe if you want to, or you can just watch. Do whatever, do you, boo-boo. And I will catch you guys next week.